Hey y'all, it's Clay from Morgan's Rust Revival, and you're probably wondering how this thing fit in here. So as you can see, I've got the school bus fit in here barely, but it does fit pretty well actually. I've got a lot of junk that I need to get moved out, and you can also tell that it is extremely hot today also. But we're going to try to do something a little bit different today. This is hopefully what the content ends up coming to a little bit. But we're going to work on the school bus today. Really don't have no big plans. The whole goal for this video right now, or at least what I'm working on, is I'm going to try to get under the school bus and take the muffler off. We can see what it sounds like before and after. I'm really excited about it. I like anything that's loud, so we'll try to get that took off. I've looked at maybe doing a hood stack, and still is not completely out of the options. Eventually, I'm going to get rid of the complete school bus when we take the motor out and put it in the old truck. But for the time being, let's have a little fun with it. I mean, how often do you see a school bus with a hood stack? So, may end up doing that. We've got some problems here with the way that these wires come in and the way it would come off the back of the turbo. I've yet to really find what I'm looking for to try to take it up out of the top. But I'll set you all down, and we'll get a little sound of what it's going to sound like right now, and then we'll take, hopefully I can unbolt the muffler. If we can get it unbolted, set down, we'll just see what it sounds like. It'll be a straight pop down, and it comes out right here under the door and connects into the muffler, so we'll take it off right there and see what it sounds like. So also another thing I wanted you all to kind of hear, just we'll see if it makes any difference at all. When I had the camera back there, I revved it up to 10,000 RPMs and about 12,000 RPMs also. So that kind of give you an idea of the different ranges. But I want to get a video of starting it up, the sound in here inside the cab. I'm thinking that's where it's going to be the loudest at for sure, especially it dumping out right under the doors that come up in it. So let's get it turned on and see what it sounds like. That's also with the doors open, and we'll rev it up a little bit and see what it sounds like. More engine noise, which I do have the hood open still and the doors is open, but we'll see what it looks like when we get under there. I'll get it turned off before it gets too hot on us. And I did have the school bus warm before I started revving it up, so not a big deal. So we're under the school bus now. As you can see right here is the backside of the muffler. What I'm gonna try to do right now, I'm gonna try to take these off and see if we can just slide the muffler off. I don't know how easy they're gonna be. They may be really tough, but I've got the impact under here, so we'll try to take them off real quick. I don't know if I'm going to have to take the actual hangers for the muffler off, but I'm hoping I can just take this clamp off, slide it up, and kind of just push it over to the side enough to we can at least hear what it sounds like. So I've got the muffler off. It's just kind of sitting down on the ground, as you can see there. But I'm gonna jump up in the cab. We'll start up, see what it sounds like. I end up having to go back 2 joints to kind of get enough bend in it to take it off, because it was kind of slid up in it pretty well. But I'm gonna jump up in the school bus and we'll see what it sounds like. So y'all heard it from down there. I'll start up here and we'll see kind of what it sounds like in here. I'm gonna shut the doors this time. We'll see what it sounds like. That's where the door is shut. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit louder. I'm pleased with it. I really hope I can do a hood stack on it. I want to put a tractor flap on it if I do a hood stack, just so water don't get down in it. But it just cracks me up though. Got a very loud school bus. So I'm gonna go kind of look at some different things to try to keep it the way it is, and we'll see if I can find out another way to do some different things with the exhaust. If I can find a perfect kind of like a 45, I think is about what I need. I'm gonna try to bring it out so it ain't dumping hot air under the cab. I'm gonna try to put the hanger back on it and bring it over and drop it out over like kind of like a side pipe. But I gotta see if I can find pipe. I don't have extra pipe and I ain't gonna go buy enough just for doing something like this. So as you can see, I'm gonna try to put this pipe on there. This is the pipe behind the axle. So we're gonna try to see if we can get it on here. It'll dump it out right beside the steps. I think it looked pretty cool. So let's see what we can do with it. I gotta get a hammer and see if I can knock it on up there. So I've tried my best to get it on there a little bit further, but it's not wanting to slide on that well. So what I'm gonna do is take this saw and I'm gonna cut it back probably about 2 inches, just to make sure it misses this little bracket right here, and which will let it slide up a pretty good ways. So should work out really well with this piece of pipe that we got. So I'm pretty pleased with it. So I got the exhaust in. I'll set you all down. And it's kind of a side exhaust. I may end up putting, there's another piece that's over top of the axle. I may end up putting it on and kind of bringing it on out, like so it sticks out. Right now it's kind of hidden under the side. But I'll sit y'all down. We'll see if it's any louder or sounds any different. Hey y'all, it's Clay from Morgan's Rush Survival. So today we're going to try to finish up the side exhaust on the school bus. I'm going to try to add a 90 to it and bring it out from under the side of the school bus. Everything's hopefully looks out good. I got it warming up out there right now. I'll set y'all up. I'm going to pull it over here and pull it into the shop and we'll start working on it. So I've got the school bus pulled in here. Right here is the 90 that we're gonna put on it. I'm gonna put this in there and then I'm gonna cut a tip off of one of the extra pieces we have. Just kind of cut it at an angle so it looks pretty good coming out. But we'll have to go ahead and set this down and see how much we need to cut off of the other piece and see how far. We don't want to stick out way too far. We want it to look decent, but we'll go ahead and get all this set down and measured up and get the other pieces cut. So as you can see, this was a piece of exhaust that we took off the other day. But what I have got is two clamps, one for the both sides of the 90 for the tip and where it attaches back to the original exhaust. And I may end up doing, this is one of the extra brackets they had. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it or not, but we may try to mount it just so it makes it a little more sturdier hanging off the side of the bus. But this pipe right here, what we're gonna try to do is cut it square once and then come back just about 3 or 4 inches, not real far because it don't need to be real long, and then cut it at about a 45-degree angle, just so it kind of has a little bit of a exhaust look to it. But we'll get it cut down, and I'll show y'all what it's gonna look like when we get done with it. So as you can see, we got the 90 on there, and I cut this piece of pipe off. It's 7 inches here from the top to the longer part of the tip, I should say, the upper part of the 45. So we'll go ahead and get these put on real quick, and you got to do these clamps. The way these clamps work is you got a big end and a little end. So this actually goes on the existing, or of the exhaust, and then it's got like a kind of a coupling on the exhaust, and this goes on the bigger side. So when it tightens down on both pieces of pipe. But I'll get you all put back on a time lapse, and we'll get this knocked out. So that'll be a wrap on the video today. Kind of a simple video, but I thought it would be pretty cool. I've never seen a school bus with a side pipe on it. So got that done. Probably this upcoming week, I'm gonna try to get an excavator and do some dirt work on the outside of the building. So that'll probably be the video for this coming week. But very pleased with the way the school bus turned out. Looked awesome, and get a kind of romp it around a little bit out here outside. Really can't get it on the road or nothing because it's not licensed or anything, but I can still drive it around here in the yard. But that'll be a wrap on the video today, and thank you all for watching, and always remember to keep Christ the center of your life.